Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I really appreciate you being here. Today I am going to be releasing some new content. It was suggested to me by our lighting designer, Niller Bajurgard, Happy Light Guy, as he goes by, that, on my touring channel, you usually see what I do, but maybe talk to some other people in the different roles and talk to them about what they do. So that's exactly what I did. And I put these segments together, called them Roadie Shorts. It's a Roadie Short playlist, so go check it out. Today, I'm going to start a new segment of that playlist called Women in Touring. This year, I've met so many just cool, strong, independent women that have joined the touring industry or have been in it for years and years. It was really interesting to me to get their take on the touring business. In such a primarily male-dominated industry, it's good to see more and more women stepping up and wanting to do these jobs. And I'm talking, anything from tour managing all the way to truck driving. Like, there are women doing everything, people, more than you realize. And so this segment is dedicated to them. I think it's great, and I really wanted to spotlight it a little bit. So today I'm going to release the first episode of Women in Touring. It's going to be with my friend Britt Bowman, who I've been touring with for 7 or 8 years now with the band Volbeat. Britt is so busy. This started for her back in high school, and she'll tell you all about it in this conversation we had, but not to give too much away. But this year alone, Britt was working with Disturbed and Volbeat at the same time in the summer. She had no days off. When Volbeat was off, she would fly to Disturbed's tour and work for them, and then she'd fly back and do Volbeat, and back and do Disturbed, and back and do Volbeat. Pretty much all summer long. She did not have a day off. I'm tired just thinking about it. Anyway, she is so busy, so driven. It's great to see. Glad she's young. But anyway, every Wednesday, back here on the channel, I'll have a new woman in touring segment for you to watch. Maybe 2. Depends on how many I get edited in time for the Wednesday launch. But it's, like I said, it's coming out right now, so you can watch it right now. So enjoy this conversation I had with Britt. I might actually revisit Britt to get more information because I had more questions that I didn't get to ask in this one. But enjoy this one and keep coming back and watching them. If you haven't checked out on any of the other Roadie Shorts, you can check out the playlist here on the channel. I did take some of the women from the previous Roadie Shorts segments and put them in the Women in Touring playlist, so you can watch some of the people that I talked with last year. Enjoy it. Get a little insight on how we make this stuff happen, and this time from a women's perspective. All right? Thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back, and I'll talk to you real soon. Thanks. Let's pick a cool seat.
Okay. Show quality.
Why am I shadowed? I don't understand what's going on.
Oh, because your phone.
Oh, because the lights are shining on my phone and it's like shadowing my face.
Yeah. Can't win.
I can't fucking win.
That's all right. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool like that.
Let's say I'll black out my eyes, maybe. There we go.
There was a guy at the show the other day with an eye patch.
Really?
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
Huh. Mm-hmm. Well, everybody watching Roadie Shorts, I'm here. My black eyes, my black mask. I'm here with the famous Britt Bowman.
Hello.
Award-winning photographer. Britt and I actually met in 2016.
Yeah.
A long time ago now.
7 years,
Holy shit.
I think.
My first, my first meeting with you, we went to Target together.
Oh, yeah.
Remember you had to shop for the band.
Mm-hmm.
That was the year Casper started, too.
Yep. That was at the Target by the Burbank
California,
Airport.
right? Yeah, in Burbank, yeah.
Because we must have been at center staging then.
Yeah, probably. Mm-hmm. That's when we did the Roxy or something like that?
Yeah, we did the Roxy. It was the Coachella run.
Oh, yeah.
So everything was centered around Coachella.
That's right. That's right. So we're in the red zone right now, as you can see.
The hailstorm red
It's mainly
zone.
because of hailstorm. I'll show you. So yeah, see, that's all shining on us.
Looks pretty though.
Well, it looks pretty from here, yeah. Not so much from here.
I don't know. I think
But
we look
it's
kind of
okay.
cool.
It looks very Marvel.
Yeah, like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, exactly. I was watching that earlier today.
Oh, there you go.
So I was curious how'd you even get into music? Like, how'd that even start? You're from Nebraska. So how'd you even get the interest to go out with that? You did van tours. And how'd you even get an interest to do that?
Well, I had an emo friend
Yeah.
growing up, and she started taking me to concerts that she liked.
Okay.
And I saw some roadies rolling cables, and I was like, that's a cool job. I wonder what that's like to do. So then we decided we were going to start booking our own shows,
Yeah.
because we were friends with some like kind of local bands in the Midwest.
Yeah.
So we started booking our own shows. We did that in Jefferson, South Dakota. It's like a town of 300 people.
Holy crap.
The emos came from afar
Yeah.
to all join us in this very small hall.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. So we booked our own shows. That was in high school. And then we went to college and roomed together and did it there. And one of the bands that we became friends with that we were booking all the time asked me to go on tour with them.
Okay.
And then the band that they were opening up for liked me and got me a job with another band. And that was my first bus tour.
Okay.
And then it
That
kind
makes
of
sense.
it has been rolling since.
Yeah. What'd you go to college for?
Graphic design?
Graphic design. And now you're in photography now.
Yeah, I quit my last year.
Oh, really? Did you not like it?
Well, no, it wasn't that. I was just got offered a tour. So I was like,
okay.
I'll take a semester off
Okay.
and go on tour. And then I never went back.
Kind of liked that better. Well, it's gotten you far.
I'm here.
Yeah.
My photography teacher said I was terrible. Well, look at me now.
Really? Yeah, exactly. Wow, that's amazing. I
Yeah.
love it. And your parents were very supportive of it?
Yeah, they've been cool with it. They weren't sure at first, but I think once they came to the first couple shows that I was doing back then, they're like, this is really fun. I get it. This is cool.
That's awesome. How many years did you do van touring before bus touring?
It went back and forth. I did 2 or 3 van tours before I got on my first bus. Did about a year of bus tours, or a year and a half of bus tours, and then went back to vans.
Oh, okay.
And did vans for a while until one of those bands got a bus.
Okay.
So
Yep.
that was more in my merch days, but even then, recently in 2019, I did a van tour.
Okay. That was kind of my next question too, like the roles you've played. I know you're in photography now and doing media and also band assistant, obviously, but did you start with merch or?
I started with merch.
Okay.
Well, I was booking my own shows,
Yeah.
but I started with merch, did merch for a long time, and then would kind of start to get multiple hats
Yeah.
depending on the band. So there was like a tour I did where they were like, you're going to be the main driver. So I was the main van driver and
Wow.
doing merch. And then I would help the tour manager when he needed help because it was just the 2 of us and he was doing front of house as well.
Okay.
So there were like a couple times where he left and I was in charge. So it was almost like a TM assistant with
Yeah.
light TM duties.
Sure.
And then another tour, it was just me, the singer, and the drummer. The drummer was the tour manager.
Okay.
And the singer had a single that was out on radio. So, but they were doing radio stations every morning.
Wow.
So we'd drive to the venue, they would leave, I would set up the entire stage. So I
Okay.
would do keyboard, drums. We had like a SPDS,
Yep.
so I had to plug that in with the, I don't remember, you had to plug it into some
With the
machines.
MIDI cable and stuff.
Yeah, all sorts of things just to get it going, basically.
Right,
Set up
right.
the stage so they could roll in and do sound check.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that, drove them, did merch.
Damn.
Yeah, I've been a tour manager before.
So what's your favorite thing then?
Probably photo.
Yeah, photo.
I think it's the most fun.
Yeah.
Definitely the most fun. And kind of the least amount of responsibilities, I
Right.
guess.
Right.
I think production assistant and tour managing is like the most amount of responsibilities.
Yeah.
And you get the least amount of sleep.
Where does band assistant rate?
I mean, for these guys, it's so easy. It's mostly just answering questions for them and
Okay.
keeping their schedule going. So it's
Okay.
not terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
What's-
in the middle.
What's your favorite thing about touring?
New place every day.
Yeah.
Getting paid to go see different cities. I mean, you don't really
the
get
world,
to.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You don't get to go out and see every city, but
No,
the ones
but-
you do get to see are
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah. Least favorite thing?
Being gone from home for so long,
Yeah.
missing birthdays and family things
Sure.
and stuff like that.
Sure. Absolutely. So what do you think has changed? What do you think's changed in the industry since you've started this for women in touring?
I mean, there's more of us now.
Yeah.
More of us are getting hired. There's more of us on the road together.
And in bigger roles. as
Yeah.
well.
Yep. In bigger roles. I mean, when I first started, you'd be lucky to have 2 of you on the road.
Yeah.
And that wasn't necessarily in the same camp, but it was like the two merch people would be two girls. But now you see tour managers. We've done tours where almost every department had a head female. So, like, I don't know how many we have on this tour. What is it, like?
6, I think.
6 for us, and then there's a few with Hailstorm, so that's a pretty good amount. But, I mean, I think we had like 13 at one point, which is still, it's not a lot, but,
it's a good
it is a
amount.
lot
Yeah, you didn't
in
see
a way.
that. You didn't see that years ago.
No, people used to be afraid that if you hired girls, they would cause issues with romance.
Guys.
Yep.
All the guys on the tour.
Exactly. And inappropriate things would happen or whatever. But I think now people have realized that all we want to do is come out here and work, and we're just as good as the men, and you should hire us.
Right. So it's been getting better then.
Definitely. I mean,
the respect level and everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good.
My first gig with Q Prime Management was with this band called Bare Hands, and they specifically wanted to hire a female because they liked the female energy to balance out the male testosterone.
Okay.
So that they would maybe fight less.
Sure.
And I've talked to them about it, and they're like, it does work. It helps.
It does bring a different element to the tour for sure. I mentioned that when I was talking, I think, to Morgan about this when I interviewed Morgan. And I notice it a lot, having females around, that it kind of mellows the guys out a bit. You know, and it's I don't like to use the word softer side, you know, but it's more motherly, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
I think the guy, like Morgan said, that the guys open up more, you know, and they're a little more relaxed.
Yeah, definitely.
About stuff, which is good. I think it's definitely going in the right direction from what I can see as a guy. But I was curious, that, you know, from a female perspective, anyway, you know, what's changed and if it's gotten better or worse. You know?
I think it's definitely gotten better, and I mean, ever since, you know, Me Too and all that stuff, people have really buttoned up with the things that they say and do.
Yeah, sure.
And it's made it more comfortable for a lot of people, I think. And not just females, I think even males on the road also could feel uncomfortable with some of that stuff sometimes.
Right.
And now it's way more tame because everyone's a little afraid to get in trouble, but maybe that's a good thing. Yeah,
it could be. So when you're off the road, what's your favorite thing to do?
I'm never off the road.
Yeah, but you love to go to Disney.
I do love to go to Disneyland. I think Disneyland's fun. I like to cook. I love to cook my own food.
I see that on your Instagram sometimes. Your pastas or whatever you're cooking. Yeah.
You just get so used to eating catering, and it's they have to make it for a large amount of people, so sometimes it's kind of bland.
Yeah, it's hit or miss. Yeah.
Yep.
For sure.
So I like making my own food and make it taste the way I like. And I garden a little bit. I don't have vegetables because I can't keep track of them, but I have houseplants and stuff.
Okay. Nice. Sounds relaxing.
Yeah. I like
and
to hang out with my
chill
dogs.
Time, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Decompress after tour.
Absolutely. Watch TV. Just do normal things. Visit my family.
And have family and friends.
Make up for the time that you lost.
Sure.
Away from them.
You try to, anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, well, last question. Actually, I got 2 more questions. First thing is, what piece of advice would you give people that want to do what you do? I'm sure you get asked all the time, how'd you get this job? Or
photography, or just in general?
Just in touring.
Touring.
Yeah. In any job in touring, really, that you've had. How do you even get... You mentioned how you got into it. What's the best piece of advice you could give them to get into it the same way? Or
I mean...
just volunteer to go out with a band, or...
Volunteering is cool. Trying to make as many friends as possible is good. And, letting them know your intentions. I would like to do this someday. So then when they have a job pop up, they have you in mind already. Oh, they'd be perfect for this. And when you're first starting, don't think that anything is below you. Do you know what I mean? Don't be too cocky about it. And, you know, obviously do what you can, agree to what you can afford to do.
Right.
But sometimes you have to start really small and get bigger from there. But there's nothing wrong with that. VIP companies are always looking for local people to help, and they pay you. So that's cool. So start there.
Yep.
Get your foot in the door.
Yeah, because if you are working a day job and you only have so much time and you have to be home every night or whatever, try local first.
Absolutely, and then you can at least get something music related on your resume. So when you do try to apply for a real tour, they're like, oh, they've done shows at least. Yeah. And that helps a lot.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to work at a venue for a few years. I have a girlfriend that I know, she's on her 3rd tour, and it's a massive tour, and she got plucked literally from a venue last summer.
I think Krishaya usually just does that. She's got a specific venue she works at.
Yeah.
Well, Danny gave me this last question when I talked to Danny. and I wish I would have thought of it. I mean, it's probably a pretty common question in interviewing, but what do you know now that you wish you knew back then?
Oh, God.
About this story?
That you will one day regret not spending time with your family or, like, making time for those people and stuff like that.
So make more time.
Yeah, definitely. But also, make the most out of what you got and enjoy it and see as much as you can, because sometimes the train stops rolling. And then what are you going to do?
Right. Got it.
Also, start a retirement plan. I wish I would have done that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't think about that back then.
Right.
Didn't expect this to go 11 years.
Well, there you go. Retirement plan, people.
Get a retirement
Start
plan.
saving some money.
Or learn how to invest in the stock
Or
market.
invest,
I don't know.
yeah. Get your IRAs straightened out.
Yeah,
whatever it is.
exactly.
Yeah. Thanks for taking the time.
Yeah,
I
thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
I can't believe it took me this long to fucking do this after being on the road with this woman for quite so many years now.
7 years.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Pete.
Appreciate it. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye. This tour's been nice.
Yeah, not too
For
terrible.
the most part, yeah. Not too terrible. I like
Not
that.
too terrible.
Not too terrible.